Good afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a little bit colder climate. So woolly hat's back on and all my other clothes are in the wash, so we're back to the old winter wardrobe. But guys, we're going to be talking a little bit of putting today, so we're not outside, we're inside today, as James Robinson would always comment. And I want to talk a little bit about toe hang versus face balance. I've had a lot of emails over the last couple of weeks regarding putter fittings. We are waiting for all the new stock of Toulons to come in here at Waterfront. But about what's the difference between toe hang, what's the difference between face balance. People have said that the misses are to the right, and what a lot of the times they get advertised or they get pushed into is a toe hang putter. And what I want to go through today is a little bit of myths and facts with toe hang and what really it might end up hindering you more than it will do helping you. And you've got to really know your stroke. So let's have a look. So guys, we're going to start with the Ping putter, so the Ping Answer, which is the classic putter, which a lot of you will have. Most of you will have a Scotty Cameron or any kind of blade putter, even an Odyssey. You'll get ones with what's called toe hang here. Scotty Camerons, it's called toe flow, so it's very much what you get advertised and what it's going to do for you. And this is a traditional putter. I get a lot of people come and they want to be able to use a blade. They went, okay, I want to use a blade, but I'm not good enough for a blade. I don't know whose phone's dinging because mine's over there, so I don't know. Everybody wants to use a blade, so everyone asks me, oh, I want to use a blade, but I don't feel like I'm good enough. And it's not that you're not good enough. The main thing here when it comes to fitting, and what I tell everybody before they come for a fitting, is that you need to have a solid technique. There is no point going for a fitting if your technique isn't sound. And before going to get fitted for a putter, which I always promote because it's the club we use most in the bag, make sure you've got a sound technique. If you've got a sound technique, we could probably go to any kind of putter. It then becomes down to what aims you better and also what looks the best to you. So I've obviously over the years, and if you've watched the channel for a long time, I've switched in between a blade putter and the classic Rossi. So two different putters, one's face balance, one's toe hang, and I'm comfortable with both of them. I'd say my stroke numbers are pretty much the same. The stroke doesn't change much. But I have a tendency to miss putts to the right. So everyone would then say to me, oh, you've missed putts to the right, that's your tendency, why don't you go and get a toe hang putter? And what you see is obviously a lot of people think that that means the toe is going to close faster when making a stroke. And I'm trying to put a couple of strokes on the screen now, showing that we'd have to really exaggerate the turning of the hands. And what we're trying to do, we want a little bit of play in the wrist during a putting stroke, but we don't want to feel like I'm having to manipulate that toe to close. And that's what a lot of people do. Obviously, when we're making a putting stroke, we're going to have a little bit of acceleration into the downswing. And what happens there is obviously the lightest part of the toe hang putter is the toe. So as we start the downswing, it will actually lag a little bit behind and actually open up. So there, if you're missing putts to the right, that's only going to encourage you to miss putts even further right. And then what we start to do is we start to see people get the yips. That's why they say they can't use a blade putter. That's because they're being misadvised into being told, oh yeah, of course you can have a blade putter. You want a Scotty Cameron, it's £350. Yes, certainly, that putter's perfect for you. It's not. It's going to help you, well, it's going to make you miss more putts, and that's more down to your technique, which you can correct, as opposed to the putter that's going to do the work for you. And after all, a lesson is a lot cheaper than buying a new putter. Everybody wants a new toy, but that's what it's going to encourage. So in transition here, that face is going to stay a little bit open. So I make a stroke, the heel will lead, and it will stay open. Obviously, when we come and we switch to a face balance putter, that putter is not going to have much change. So when we change the acceleration, the face is going to stay square to where we've putted. It's not going to open up anymore. The toe's not going to fall behind. It's going to come back. So that's why obviously a lot of the times as a high handicap golfer or a mid handicap golfer, you push towards a mallet because there's not as much change obviously in the face. So you have a little bit more control on where we can start the ball. But if your stroke's 10 degrees out to the right and the face is 10 degrees open, yes, it's going to keep your face squarer, but you're still going to miss way to the right. So getting it fit for the stroke that you have, again, people will say, oh, if you've got a straight back, straight through motion, you need a face balance. Or if you've a really big arcing motion, you need to go to a toe hang putter. I'm one example that I have a really big arc on my putting stroke, but I can use a face balanced putter. As long as I can time that correctly and my motion's right, I'm going to get that ball to cut I'm going to get the club back to the ball square. And that's the main thing. We want the putter that's going to get you square back to the ball. As long as we've aimed it correctly, as long as we've read the green correctly, we're going to be able to start the ball on line. So really when you go for that, you need to start to have a look which one works better for you, which one's going to really help you start it on line better, and that's what putting wants to work on. What's going to be the putter that makes you start the ball on line more times than not. So don't get tricked into being told that, oh, I'm missing putts to the right, I'm blocking them, so, oh, toe hang, it'll close down for you. It won't close down. I'm going to show you now the second thing that I would always look at in putter fittings. I've been on the phone to a guy, Scott, today, who's coming for some sessions, and he wants a putter fitting. We're going to look at his technique first, and then it's very much down to how we aim the putter. And if I come up to the camera, hopefully we can get this on view for you. So we have two putters here. So two different aim lines there, and two totally different ways that some people might be able to aim the ball better or aim the putter better and get the ball starting on line. So when it comes down to fitting, guys, don't get into the hype of, okay, if I'm missing right, I need a toe hang putter. That actually could make you worse and could make you miss it more right. As we know, it doesn't take much for confidence to go at all on the putting green. It's very quick to have a lot of putts out there. And when you do go for fitting, guys, and make sure you do go for a fitting, but make sure your technique's sound to start with, because this is the club that we use the most. So making sure that we've got the right putter, not only with it, whether it's toe hang or it's face balance. The next main thing I like to look at is that we've got the correct aiming lines or dots or features on the putter that help you square the putter up behind the ball and get it starting on line. So two big things that sometimes are overlooked or misadvised, you know, or just have a line on the back, that'll make it better. You might be better with 3 lines on the top, you might be better with no line, and that's something that you should be looking at when it comes into putter fitting. It's not just a case of, oh, I need a toe hang or a face balance. We've got to look at things that are going to help you aim better, because aim's going to help you start it on line. Then you can start to break down why you're missing. If you've got the correct putter, we should always know why we've missed, what our tendencies are, and how we can improve. So guys, hopefully that's helped you out. Hopefully that's given you a little bit more insight. So when you do ask about putter fittings or you do speak to your local pro, they don't just say, oh, if you're missing right, grab yourself a toe hang. £350 down, you're not getting that back, you're not going to putt any better. All I'm going to know is you've got a bigger collection of putters in the archive. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Unfortunately, it's not a course management today because they are doing some renovations to Rotherham, but I'm going to try and get there later this week and film the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th hole. And other than that, guys, I'll see you again on Friday.